you use the rosary to pray at any time, or must it be when you specifically pray the rosary, contemplate the mystery of Christ's life? Um, the latter, actually. So, oh, sorry, the former. Yeah. It's interesting because in French, you probably know this, Courtney, that you the former and the latter, like it's switched for some reason. Like it's not the same. Like I don't know if you ever got to that part where you have to refer, but I got to that part in French and I was like, I'm not ever gonna come across that, but it's interesting thing to remember. But yeah, so former would be like the one that's closer, and latter would be the one that's further away. So, but that's not why I messed up. I just totally didn't remember which one was former and latter. But yeah, you can use a rosary to pray at any time. Again, a rosary is not a it's not a I don't know, like a medallion or some secret token, or it's not an idol, it's not magic. Um, it is only a tool. It's a very powerful tool because of the prayers associated with it, of course, and of course it can be blessed and made to have special grace, but and convey special grace, but really as a tool it can be used at any time. I've used it, of course, a very common use, not just to pray full decades. You can just, like the full 5 decades and full rosary. You can pray just 1 decade, and you don't have to pray the full 5 decade rosary of the day. Say, the luminous mysteries or what have you, where you've got to go to the whole thing, and it's that would be nice if you were able to do that all the time. But you can just do 1 decade if you're short of time, or if you're just warming up. Like it's hard to be Catholic, so you can just do 1 decade, and you can also pray. Chels, what are those things that we pray on them? Hi, Mason. Good day to you too. Yeah, we pray. I think some Sacred Heart chaplet stuff on it. We pray. You can pray different chaplets as well. So a chaplet is different from a rosary. It looks like it, but it's like a short version. It's almost like a keychain size, a long keychain. And instead of 50 beads plus whatever other beads are on there for marking your spots, it's got 9 beads plus whatever spot things are on there. So nine main beads, and those are the ones. And it's not a Hail Mary on each one of those. So you have 3, 3, and 3 to make 9, and each 3 is an Our Father, then a Hail Mary, and then the Glory Be, which are the prayers that you formally say within praying the full rosary. But in that case, like if you have a chaplet, it can be dedicated, just like rosaries can. It can be dedicated to a certain saint that you have a particular devotion to. Like I've got one chaplet of Saint Thomas Aquinas, and one chaplet of Edith Stein. Saint Edith Stein is another saint I didn't mention. But she was killed during the Holocaust, and she was a philosopher, a disciple of Husserl, student of Husserl, who's a major Western philosopher in the 20th century. And she had real serious philosophical chops. But you can have these chaplets dedicated to them, and then you just you want to just boom, 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 pray that really quickly. It just takes a couple minutes, and then so that would be another formal way to use it. But you can use it informally as well, right? You can, like I was telling our pastor, Father Michael, I was like, yeah, I've been praying the rosary, but I was like doing it like with the lights out, with no guidance whatsoever. And I was just like doing the Hail Marys. And I wasn't even, this was when I was newer Catholic. And I was like, I guess I'm not praying the mysteries or anything, or thinking or reflecting upon the mysteries. I'm just like doing that. And he's like, you're not supposed, like, that's not how to really do it. You could, but like formally do it. But, the mysteries are there to help you to reflect upon, during the Hail Marys. The Hail Marys, according to him, are just really there to just kind of keep pace, right? Just kind of pass the time, or to keep track of where you are. Yeah, interestingly. Yeah, and I've seen people like who, like even when they're like running, if you're a runner, which clearly I'm not, you could pray the Hail Marys while you're running. You don't need it in your hand. And some people have that ring, it's a rosary ring, and it's got, I suppose, 10 dots on the outside. It must be uncomfortable to wear. You get used to it eventually, I suppose. But you, yeah, you can just pray it as you're just sitting there doing nothing. I've seen people, sisters, whenever they attend mass, and I've seen them in mass. They'll just be praying, and I've seen them even in talks. Like because like I said earlier, I'm in with this Mother Teresa Institute, and there will be sisters from Missionaries of Charity, like the ones with the blue, look just like Mother Teresa and the order that she founded, and they'll just be sitting there at an academic talk, just like going through the Rosary, just praying it in their head. So it's like, okay, that's impressive. I'm not going to talk to them. I'm not going to, So you can pray it at any time, of course, and it can be formal or informal. Yeah. All right. Okay. I like how active the chat is. You guys are doing great. Any other questions y'all want to? I'm at a stopping point here. I've got a couple more questions that we can work through, but any other questions that? Yeah, it is extremely meditative, and I think that you get to a point where you just incorporate it into your everyday life. I mean, I would have never thought, unless I saw it first, I would have never thought to myself, hey, I'm going to bring my rosary to an academic conference and listen to a paper and like work through it. Like never would have occurred to me. Maybe on an airplane, like when your life is in your not in your hands, or something. But that would have never occurred to me. So it's really cool to see, and I think it's a powerful. Also, I just remember we were hiking in El Salvador. We were hiking on top of a volcano, and we passed a group. El Salvador is very Catholic. We passed a group of hikers, and one hiker had a rosary out, and he was just as he was hiking, like and I think it's a really cool testament to faith. Like you, of course, are you doing it for personal devotion, but it being a physical object and external, and people can see it. It is also a testament to, hey, this is a real thing. This is a tangible thing that as Catholics we have as objects of faith, and that we're able to demonstrate to others around us that, hey, we take our faith seriously. It's not just sort of this, I believe this, you believe, yeah, that's a very good point, Courtney. Yeah, it can feel very difficult and not enjoyable or relaxing. Hopefully, yeah, you hear meditative sometimes, and it sounds to the ear kind of like, oh, that sounds like you're going to a spa and you're just relaxing. I guess at some point, maybe eventually you could get to that point, or maybe it depends on the day when you're doing it. But yeah, especially in today's world where it's ADHD all the time, people are vying for your attention all the time. It could be really difficult to focus.